at this moment, can I request His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj? Actually, he came forward today and he said, okay, I will address the disciple and a well-wisher today. So thank you, Radhanath Maharaj, for coming and joining us today. Thank you very much. Yes. Yeah, I don't know the ID. Yes.
Nama Om Vishnupadaya Vishnapristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Vaschatyate Shatharine Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patithanam Bhavanibhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasudi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Charu Swami Iti Namine. Today is a day of great sadness, heartbreak, and separation from a truly compassionate, merciful, illustrious Vaishnav, His Holiness Srila Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj. We are together sharing one another's feelings of deep grief in separation. At the same time, today is supremely auspicious. Today, we know very surely with our with the faith of our hearts that Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj is personally, intimately in the embrace of Srila Prabhupada. He dedicated his body, his mind, his words, his life, his soul, his very everything in the service of Srila Prabhupada. And we know that in reciprocation, Srila Prabhupada, with profound love and gratitude, is embracing Srila Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj in the presence of Sri Sri Radha Madhava in the spiritual world. And Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj, we know he's just enthusiastic, ready, and eager to be anything that Srila Prabhupada wants him to be at this moment and forever. Today is Guru Purnima in America. At the time that Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj departed from this world, on the occasion of Guru Purnima and the occasion of the disappearance day of Srila Sanatana Goswami. Sanatana Goswami was the Sambandha Murti of our Sampradaya, the Guru who teaches how to connect with Krishna through loving devotional service. Sanatana Goswami is especially known and loved for being kind to everyone. When he was living in Vrindavan, he would travel from village to village by foot, and he was the best friend of all the Brijabasis. He was on every level of their lives, their occupation, their families, their spiritual connections, their health. He was concerned about them. And in this way, he inspired such faith and love for a Vaishnava, and through this, such faith and love in Krishna. Sanatana Goswami, when he departed from the world at Chakaleshwar Mahadev Temple near Govardhan, on this day, it was total devastation to the entire Brijabasi community of Braj Bhumi. And in honor of Sanatana Goswami, who loved to do the parikrama of Govardhan, to this day, this Guru Purnima, Sanatana Goswami's disappearance day, is the day that the maximum amount of Brijabasis perform the Govardhan parikrama. Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj so much imbibed this mood of Srila Sanatana Goswami. Scholarly, completely devoted in 100% to his Guru Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And in Bhakti Charu Swami, Srila Prabhupada, artistic, music, literature, drama, and a friend, a kind friend to everyone. And it's also interesting that His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj first connected to our movement by reading the Nectar of Devotion. After reading Nectar of Devotion, he accepted the path of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Bhakti as his life. And soon after reading Nectar of Devotion, he had visions of Srila Prabhupada and surrendered his life to Srila Prabhupada. And his first meeting with Srila Prabhupada was at Prayag in the month of Magh. And it was there in Prayag in the month of Magh that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu first instructed Srila Rupa Goswami in the writing of the Nectar of Devotion. And Srila Rupa Goswami begins the Nectar of Devotion by glorifying his Guru, Srila Sanatana Goswami. And when Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj was there with Srila Prabhupada in the last weeks, it was Srila Prabhupada's pastime to wish to do the Govardhan Parikrama. And Bhakti Charu Maharaj, in his total surrender with love for Srila Prabhupada, was a part of that pastime. So everything is so divinely orchestrated by Srimati Radharani, by Sri Madhava, and by Srila Prabhupada. I humbly, sincerely appeal to all of Srila Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj's disciples, followers, and I include myself as a follower of Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj, that please know for sure that Srila Prabhupada called for him. Srila Prabhupada called for him, and Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj responded. And there was nothing and no one that could come between them. It was a divine arrangement that he come to America. And Srila Prabhupada called him, and Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj, who loves all of us more than we can ever understand what love is, he responded to Srila Prabhupada's call. And for a divine personality, a lover of Krishna, a surrendered soul like Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj, when he leaves us physically, it's only to make his presence more intimate, more special, and more prominent in our hearts and in our lives, if we just allow him to do so. Through our gratitude, through our remembrances, and especially through living in harmony with what we know he wants. Krishna gave us a chance before Maharaj departed from this world to really appreciate within our hearts how much he means to us, through our intense prayers, through our feelings of hopelessness, through our feelings of helplessness, taking shelter of his mercy, and through his mercy, the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and the Panchatattva. So yes, I do believe that Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj was called by Srila Prabhupada, and external circumstances, there's no reason to really try to figure those things out. His departure is perfect. And sometimes we would like to be at our Guru's bedside, performing ceremonies and chanting at the time of departure. But ultimately, Krishna's will is in control. My beloved God sister Yamuna Devi, we know she's with Prabhupada and Radharani and Krishna. She left this world sitting alone on a chair, chanting japa. Tamal Krishna Goswami suddenly left. So the external circumstances are details. A person who has surrendered his life, his soul, to the service of Guru in compassion to others, we know that the whole parampara is with that person. That Sri Radha Madhava was present at that time. And actually, maybe not on a physical level, but on a spiritual level, there are tens and thousands of devotees who were around his bedsides in heart, praying and chanting and crying in love for him. He was not alone. We were all with him. And he will forever remain with us through his words, through his example, and through his love. So it is a time to share our heartbreak in his separation, share our tears of feeling helpless without him, and simultaneously a time to try to help each other to become strong, knowing that through his instruction, through his example, and through the compassion that he has, making his presence in our heart, that we are with Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj. Bhakti Charu Swami is with us. And he's bringing us all to Srila Prabhupada, which is the only wish of his life, to bring us closer to Srila Prabhupada, and in doing so, to bring us closer to each other. All of the leaders of ISKCON, I know the GBC body, everyone so highly respected and loved Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj. So many of the sannyasis and the preachers and the great enlightened souls among Prabhupada's disciples, he was truly among the most loved and respected. And please know that you have an entire generation of his God brothers and God sisters who are here to represent him and to encourage all of you who are sharing our loss. Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj very much emphasized the family of ISKCON, the family of Srila Prabhupada's movement. And it's times like this when taking his instruction very much to heart is so important, because in times of crisis, a family really needs to come together. In our love for separation, in our love in separation for Srila Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj, we are in a crisis. But in turning to the instructions and the example of his life, this crisis will bring about the most auspicious. The most auspicious of all goals we can achieve. We can serve in separation, and we can please Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj even more than ever before in this time of need. And Srila Prabhupada will shower his mercy and his blessings through Bhakti Charu Swami's love on all of us. I'm very speechless and feel very helpless at this time. Still, I feel Maharaj's presence. I feel and I see and I experience his smile, his glance of affection, and that is empowering me, and it can empower all of us to move forward in Srila Prabhupada's service. Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj Ki Jai. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Maharaj. That is a great help for us, especially today, actually, like in the spiritual life, when you lose your spiritual master, like you lost everything. Now I can feel when you lost your Guru Maharaj, how you felt that time. And we need some help, and you offered yourself, and you offering all the God brother and God sister, the whole army. And that is actually, at this stage, actually, definitely we need the shelter of all the seniors to come forward and give us the support. Thank you, Maharaj, for coming for a very short time today. You came and addressed us. Give us little hope that we can continue with our spiritual life. Thank you very much, Maharaj. Hare Krishna. His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj ki jai. His Holiness Bhakti Charu Maharaj ki jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari. Time to time, Maharaj, we will come and disturb you. We need your help all the time. Thank you very much.
I am the property of Srila Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj. I cannot think of anyone in my lifetime who could be a more well-wishing friend, empowering me with his affection than Guru Maharaj. And I will be most honored and grateful in whatever way I can be the servant of his servants.
Thank you, Maharaj. Like you said, it was a Srila Prabhupada's call, and His Holiness Bhakti Charu Maharaj just actually left everything and went to America. We were just wondering every day, why Bhakti Charu Maharaj, why this happened? But you gave very simple solution that actually it was a call from Srila Prabhupada. Nobody could intervene. And Srila Prabhupada must be needed him more than here. So thank you very much for offering yourself to us. Definitely, all our individual will come and seeking for guidance in the future because we don't know where to go to. And you are all there, and we definitely come to seek for your guidance. Thank you very much. Would you like to chant, Maharaj, for some time, if you have time?
Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Charu Swami Iti Namine. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirbhishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Satharine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Satharine. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Gurudev. Jai Jai Gurudev, 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 Gurudev. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Vanchakalpataru
Rupasya.
Kindu Bacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha.
Thank you, Maharaj. The time like this in the spiritual life, I think, is the most difficult time. You came forward and you stretch your arm and like to embrace us. Like when you lose our father, the uncle come forward and said, I'm here. With your shelter, I'm sure we can continue our spiritual life. So thank you very much for everything, Maharaj. I know we are stopping you. You got so many other things. You were in the Zoom earlier, and then I'm sure you may actually go into another Zoom, another program. So I won't actually keep you longer here with us. But thank you again. Hare Krishna. His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj ki jai.
Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj ki jai.
Jai. Thank you. Next, can I ask Gaurav to continue with the Kirtan, please?
Hare Krishna.